Hey guys, welcome back to Dirk's Pneumophiles and another segment, a new segment. A segment that's going to involve this. No, not my retro emergency coffee cup, but what's in the cup. Yeah, we're going to do something that's with coffee. Back up the bus a little bit. Here's the thing. Years ago, there was a modeler out there who used to do a segment on his channel called Coffee Time. It was really cool. It was done by a guy named Chris Chapman. He's a really cool guy. He was a very prolific modeler. He was a big teddy bear, squishy teddy bear wrapped in a Harley Davidson biker dude persona. He was really good. But anyway, he did a Coffee Time, and he'd sit down in front of the camera and he'd talk and he'd make you laugh, and it was a really fun thing. And it kind of sparked me to want to do something similar to that. But, you know, some people out there, not Chris, but some people out there can be touchy. And I didn't want to step on anybody's scrotum by doing the same thing that other people were doing, you know. And you see it out there occasionally. It's like, you can't build a 69 GTO. I built a 69 GTO. It was red too. You can't do that, you know. I didn't want to get into that kind of drama. So I just kind of let it go. But then, recently, Paul from Left Coast Model Car Builds came up with the idea of everybody doing it. He was already doing a couple, I think, and he came up with the idea with everybody else doing the same thing and having the videos post on Sunday mornings. You know, just a short little clip on what's going on with you and your car modeling. So, I thought about it, and I watched a couple videos, and I think, you know what? The idea started feeling good to me, and I was like, maybe I'll get into this, you know? I think I will. So, I'm going to try to do something like that. I'm not going to use the scale model cars and coffee like everyone else does, because you guys pretty much all build cars. I don't. I mean, I build cars. I build sci-fi stuff. I build figures. I do 3D printing. I even do papercraft. So, you know, to call it 3D model, to do model cars and coffee would be kind of silly when I show you a 3D figure, you know? So, but I'll come up with a name and run with it. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So, hang on. Let me bring you my first little update. So, for my first presentation for this new scale model cars and coffee segment, I figured I might as well do a car, right? Because I know I just said I'm not always going to do cars, but right now I figure I'll do a car. And this is one of my favorite builds. To this day, I built this well over 5 years ago. This is the Ford XB Coupe, or sedan, from the from the movie Mad Max. Okay, now it may look a little funky to some people. Might not be able to put your finger on why. Well, that's because this is a paper model. This is not a styrene model. It's not a resin kit. There are none of this car. Well, I think when I first put this together, I think there was one person out there that had made some resin castings of it, but they just wanted your left testicle to purchase it, so, you know, that's just not in the cards for me. So I had stumbled across this on the interwebs, and I thought it was really cool, because usually when I think of paper craft cars, it's just like they fold it over and down, and the wheels are just painted on like everything else, and it's very two-dimensional. But I came across this one, and this person who made this has all 4 of the Mad Max cars. It's got this one, which is the Big Bopper car, the Pursuit car. It's got Max's Interceptor car in this style, and then it's got 2 versions of the V8 Interceptor Special. One is from the nice and clean version from Mad Max, and the other is the one from that we saw in Road Warrior with, you know, beat up and rusty, and had the fuel tanks in the back and everything. It was pretty cool. So I got all those too. But anyway, I decided to give this a try because it just looks so cool, and I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with it. There are people out there that do models that could do a lot better, because like I have a problem with burnishing. So like here around the MFP, you can kind of see where it gets thick and it overlaps. But when you burnish it, there's a way to, you put pressure against the back and you can rub out the side, the front of it. Rub out, and it smooths this over, and it almost, I've seen people that do that, and it makes the lines almost invisible. I just don't have the means, or didn't have the means, to get back there with something and do it in the front. I'm a newbie at it, you know. But anyway, it's really cool, because if you look at this car now, this is what it looks like, and it's kind of cool. All right, but when I started, basically it looked like this. Okay, now this is the Interceptor, so you know, but basically it looked like this. It was just a piece of paper. This is 100-pound paper, I think it is, and then you just start cutting and folding, and next thing you know, before you know it, you have this. It was, I think, about 78 parts to build this. Each wheel consists of 9 parts to build the wheel. Okay, so that's a lot of work. Matter of fact, let me show you on the Interceptor car. It's a little less on this one, but basically, these are all the parts to make the Interceptor wheels. It's kind of shy a couple parts from the other car. But, you know, it's pretty intricate. It's pretty fun to do. It takes a lot of precision. And the cool thing is if you make a mistake, well, you just print out another copy and away you go. It's kind of cool. But I really, really enjoyed this car because you don't see it. There's nobody that makes it. So I've been toying with the idea of getting the Max Interceptor piece and do that one. So I can have both of these cars. I think it'll look really cool. And I recently found some 3D print files to make the other one, the special Interceptor, the black car that we all know and love. So you know, that's something for the future. But I just dig the Mad Max cars. I really do. Matter of fact, I'm thinking, put this on the back of your mind, because I think it might be coming soon, is doing a Mad Max quote wasteland group build where you can build cars that you would see in the Mad Max universe. I think it'd be a cool idea. Just gotta finalize my thoughts on it, but keep that in mind, you guys, if you're interested in something like that. But we'll get back to that another time. But yeah, that's my my build. I think it's a pretty cool build. But yeah, that's my build. I'm really pleased with it. Like I said, it's not the best car in the world, but it really is one of my favorites because, well, it's a rarity, and it actually turned out a hell of a lot better than I expected it would. And of course, there it is at the background. You've got the wasteland in the background there. You've got the that Anarchy Road street sign that was seen in the movie, and on the other side over here, you've got the Highway 9 Sector 26 High Fatality Road sign. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's my my first coffee time build. Now I just got one other thing I wanted to go over before we close out this first inaugural coffee time with Dirk thing scenario, whatever you want to call it. And that is, there's a sad event in the modeling community out there, the YouTube modeling community, and that is Boyd Compton of TrekWorks. Anybody that builds sci-fi stuff will know Boyd. He was an amazing modeler, and he passed away on the 4th of July. I guess a combination of complications with his cancer and pneumonia, I believe it is. But he will sorely be missed. He was an outstanding modeler. I mean, he really was. He was one of those people that if you had a question you asked, he answered it. If you asked that question 1,000 times, he answered it. He wasn't one of those guys that said, you know what, I've answered that. Go look it up. I don't, go away, you bother me. He was not like that at all. You know, I didn't know him personally, but you know, we had interacted a couple times on his back in way back 2013 or so. We used to do these Google Hangouts. They were live hangouts, and you'd get like 10 people that can go in, and you'd talk about models. It was always a fun thing. And then, you know, of course, people would be on the outside looking in and stuff like that. It was just a lot of fun back then. So, you know, I met him through there. And like I said, he's a very prolific builder, very much into Star Trek and sci-fi stuff. So what I'd like, you know, just keep his family in your thoughts. Visit his website, take a look, because if you want to do, if you want to learn about electronics and lighting up your models, this is the place to go. He's amazing. And he also had another YouTube channel he had started. Didn't go very far, but it was there a little bit, called Sci-Fi Model Action. He named this one after the community forum he used to have, which had gone the way of the dodo some time ago, like all forums are going nowadays, thanks to social media, places like Facebook. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. If you've never seen him before, you should check it out, learn how to build. He likes to do the step-by-step stuff. So like, for example, right here, he's doing step-by-step of the Sea View. You know, if you want to learn how to light it, he's showing you everything. Battlestar Galactica. And then, you know, there's also a section of live stuff where he does, you know, individual little model projects and stuff like that. He did the model shop for a while, which was him and this other guy. And they do segments, you know, a little bit of this model, a little bit of that model, you know, and, you know, make it entertaining. Good stuff to have on in the background when you're modeling sometimes. But yeah, it was very cool, very, very cool stuff. And it's very sad to see that he's gone. But yeah, there's over 800 videos in this guy's video archive. Lots to see. So yeah, very sad that Boyd's gone now. So, you know, if you're a sci-fi person, you might want to take a look at his stuff. You might learn something. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm glad to end on such a high note with the death of one of our fellow YouTubers. But age is kicking us in the ass. We're losing people way too fast these days. So that's it for this week. Like I said, I think I said before, if I didn't, I'm not sure that I'm going to have something every single week. Maybe in the beginning there'll be a flush of every week there'll be something to show, but eventually it'll probably slow down. I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. But I like the idea of getting here and talking to you guys a little bit, and, you know, showing you different things. And, you know, we'll see where it goes. So till next time, guys, be strong.